It's 6 o'clock Wednesday. Ryan's had an absolutely phenomenal day today. He made loads of time up. He's in Alston. He's just asleep now. I've got to wake him up in 35 minutes from now. He's just having an hour here. We've done all his admin stuff first. We've looked at the maps, decided what we're going to do. We've been expecting snow, so I wanted him to have a real quick, efficient rest again and get back out. I've no idea how bad the snow is going to be, and I don't want him losing time that he could be moving. He's got to rest, but he's got to then get moving quickly. As I'm saying this, I've got a big problem now. Things have just changed again. We're expecting 10 centimetres of snow. We're on quite high ground here. There's a big chance now that I may not be able to get to Ryan. So we've packed his bag with more emergency food and water, and he's got to potentially bivvy out now. He won't be able to take the power naps in my car. There's a chance there's a chance if the snow's really bad, I won't see him for a very long time. The latter stages of the course as well, access is very, very poor. Even the 4x4s can't get there, and I've had problems there, and we knew that. So we knew for the last kind of 20 miles near Cheviots I wouldn't be seeing him. So as the whole idea was for me to see him as much as we could. I'm quite nervous here now because he's in bed. I take his bags back and I go and meet him with his drop bags. If I can't get to Bellingham at checkpoint 5, the last checkpoint, he wouldn't have his drop bag. So fingers crossed that I can get there, or the drop bags in general. I'm sure that they will be able to, or I'll be able to get there. Just the meeting points are much more scarce now. But the point is, over this journey, Ryan's attitude now is in sync to what he has to do. He's on board with it, and what a day, what a performance today to catch that time up. Absolutely unreal. He's really showing his character. He doesn't now know that the snow's falling and it's coming down pretty hard, so I'm worried I'm going to get stuck here. It's not a very nice feeling, and for the both of us, and I think he's just got to stick with it. He's got to. The next section's fairly flat, but I do believe it's mostly through fields and it's boggy and it's going to be very slow. And the snow, with the snow coming down, it's going to be cold, wet, but also very, very slow underfoot. He doesn't have that much time to play with, and it's going to be very tight. He's certainly nowhere near quitting or dropping, which is great. That's one thing that we don't have to worry about with Ryan. The things we have to worry about is the practicalities of how fast he can move now with this weather change over the next day or two, and the lack of support now that he'll get from me, or the reduced support that he'll get from me. Mentally, he's great. He's not injured. He's absolutely flying, and he really deserves this. But it's January on the spine, and this is a new challenge. When Ryan wakes up, I've got to tell him that the snow is already falling, and that he's got to get moving. It's a tough one, and everyone's behind him, and thank you so much. He's getting all his notifications, and he's saying, "Wow, I can't believe how everyone's supporting me." So do keep that up, and I'm sure afterwards you'll enjoy flicking through them. But it's really lifting him to know out there he's got another long, cold, dark night, turning more grim by the minute. And knowing that so many people are following him is absolutely huge. One man by himself is not all too great, but when he believes so many people are behind him, which they are, that really lifts you out there. So that's great. I'll try and do an update as soon as possible into the night. I'm nervous now, but as for Ryan's mentality, it's grade A. It's absolutely brilliant.